Some things don't wake up angry. They wake up hungry. As the spiral spreads across walls and skin, the city beneath the trench begins to move. The Mariana-7 is no longer a ship. It's becoming something else. The voices now speak through the crew, and one by one, they are being claimed. This is SpookyShade, where fear takes form and ancient voices are never silent. Subscribe for new horror stories from the deep, the unknown, and the unspeakable. Chapter 7. The Awakening Below. The spiral pulsed on every surface. It was no longer just a shape. It had weight. Massachusetts heat. It grew inwards, not outwards, like it was digging into the ship and into their minds. Petra had locked herself in the med bay, trembling under the surgical table, whispering old prayers from a childhood she barely remembered. Her skin itched. Her eyes felt too wide. She could still hear the voices, but now they whispered inside her skull. Evelyn stood in the observation chamber, watching the city beneath them come alive. Towers that had once seemed stone were now moving, shifting slightly, rippling like tendons. Arches breathed. The roads undulated with a rhythm not unlike a pulse. And somewhere deep within the rift, something was opening its eyes. "Mason," Evelyn said over the comms, her voice eerily calm. "Do you see it?" "I see it," Mason answered. He was on the engine deck, shotgun in hand, though he knew it was useless. "It's not a city. It's a body, or something built inside a body. Organic architecture. More than that," Evelyn said. "It's intelligent, ancient, and it's waking up." Then the final signal came. Not through the comms. Through them. Their thoughts were no longer their own. Images surged through their minds in flashes. A vast expanse of ocean beneath time itself. Ships from ancient civilizations pulled into the black, torn apart by invisible hands. Creatures, human once, twisting, expanding, eyes glowing with knowledge they were never meant to carry. A starless sky. A gate. A voice like static saying only one thing. "We return." The spiral now glowed from beneath Evelyn's skin, veins rearranged, muscles pulsing in sync with the city below. Petra was no longer praying. She was listening. Then the floor of the trench collapsed. The city didn't fall, it rose, like a heart uncoiling after eons of rest. The Mariana-7 shuddered, dragged downward, not by pressure, but by will. The rift above them sealed shut like a wound healing over. They were no longer connected to Earth. They were inside it now. Mason fired his weapon into the hallway as a shadow crawled along the ceiling, something vaguely human dragging too many limbs. It shrieked, though the sound was inside his lungs, not his ears. He ran. He no longer believed in escape. He believed in delay. Evelyn stood motionless at the window. Something pressed against the glass from the other side. A face. Her own, but older. Distorted, as if something had worn her as a mask. The reflection blinked before she did. "You brought us a vessel," it said. The ship groaned again, no longer from strain, but from change. The interior walls had grown slick. Organic, pulsing with faint veins. The lights were no longer electric. They were bioluminescent. Something inside the ship had awakened as well. Petra appeared in the doorway, her eyes completely black. "They're not going to kill us," she said. Evelyn turned. "No," she replied. "They're going to use us." In the final logs, what few remained transmissible, the words were fragmented. Transmission, recursive. Vessel is breathing. We are inside it, and it inside us. Spiral is not a symbol. It's a key. Then static, followed by one final whisper. From something not human. "Not anymore. Let the surface listen. Let them hear us coming." And with that, the Mariana-7 disappeared from all contact. No signal. No debris. Only one repeating sonar ping, echoing every 47 minutes from the deep. Transmission 8.